And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about California's brave new world of education funding. My guest this segment is Gene Fuller, member of the State Senate from Bakersfield and from surrounding counties. Thanks very much for being with us.
It's very good to be here. Thank you.
And we want to talk about education because you're a lifelong educator. I'm a teacher, administrator, superintendent, so you've seen it from all the angles. And this new education funding, as we've talked about, it was very controversial and very divisive until we finally got a deal and it's passed, and it was really pushed by Governor Brown starting back in January. We no longer funnel money to schools and school districts based solely on what's called ADA, the average daily attendance, but now it's a little more on need.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I think one of the things that the new formula does, it's called local control funding formula, is give more local control to the local school boards and the superintendent to decide what works best for their students.
And by that you mean not necessarily what we have categoricals. In other words, sort of mandates coming down from Sacramento. You need to have this program.
It used to be that you would get a certain amount per student, and then if you did certain programs that the legislature designed, then they would give you more money for those programs. And a lot of the programs didn't work, didn't fit, you didn't have time to do them, you had basic needs that you needed to teach reading and math more in your area. This actually sends money to everyone. Everyone gets the same funding they got before, but there's little bumps for students that need more language instruction, or students that come from underprivileged homes that need more support, more help with some of their tutoring, things like that. And the school boards are able to design those programs much better overall school board control and a lot more accountability.
Give me one example, if you could, of a so-called a categorical that you in Bakersfield did not like.
Well, in Bakersfield, we were really working hard on bringing our test scores up. We had a lot of second language students that really needed a lot of support. And so programs, for example, that were maybe good programs like teaching students mediation skills or working on gender issues, those just weren't the same priority for us. For us, we had kids coming in. We had 2,000 homeless kids that we worked on with every single day. We had a very large number of students that we found in cars, in fields, and brought them in so that we could teach them English and reading and math. And so we couldn't use some of those programs. This way, the money is there for tutoring on basics like reading, writing, and arithmetic. And it's a lot more helpful, I think.
Is there some greater accountability so that we know exactly where this extra money is going and how it's being spent?
Absolutely. The new law requires you to report on what you're going to spend this money on. You can't just get up one morning and say, I'm making up my own program. You have to say how you're going to hit your goals for student achievement. And those reports are available to the public.
Before we end, I just want to ask you, as a lifelong educator, do you miss the rush, the return back to school rush
I feel the return
fall?
back to school, and I do want to say to all the parents to be sure to go meet their teachers and to absolutely watch out for those school buses now and the speed limits, because school has started back up and the safety of our students needs to be foremost on all their minds.
So now you have to worry about the rush of last-minute legislation instead of the back to school.
Now, actually, there's a different school year for me. Yes, absolutely different.
All right. Well, Gene Fuller, member of the State Senate from Bakersfield, thanks for coming by and talking to us about this new education funding formula. It's very important.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on My Government On Demand, also on YouTube. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.